Hello, my friends. This is Dr. Orfaly. I'm back with you to continue talking about the keto diet in a simple way. We talked about different nutrients that we get from food. We talked about the protein and we talked about the carbohydrates. And today I would like to talk to you about fat. Fat is very essential nutrient in our food. And unfortunately, we have been told and brainwashed not to eat fat because we should be concerned about the level of the cholesterol and that the cholesterol is going to cause heart diseases and kill the people because of the atherosclerosis. And in fact, this is not true. Uh, the way I need you to think about the carbohydrates. The carbohydrates is the generator for metabolic syndrome. What does that mean? Whenever we eat a lot of carbohydrates and that comes to our circulation in a large amount, that will make the our body in a situation of emergency because it tells the pancreas that there is a lot of sugar in the body and we have to get rid of this sugar as soon as possible because it is dangerous. Why is that? Because sugar, if it is elevated in our circulation, will create inflammation, create inflammatory condition in our body. And that will push the pancreas to secrete in a crazy way large amount of insulin in order to get rid of this sugar because this insulin is essential to do this process, to clean the circulation out of this large amount of sugar that came to our circulation, and it pushed it all into the cells. And and the cells become stuffed with sugar, and also the insulin will facilitate the fat, the triglycerides, if it comes together with the sugar, also to go inside the cell and get also stored there. So and the sugar, the extra sugar that came to the cell will also be converted into fat. The extra sugar that we have, the cell did not use for immediate energy will be converted to fat as well. And the insulin will with time is going to be up and is going to be elevated more and more in order to maintain the circulation free of this excessive amount of sugar, free of this inflammation, in another word. And this in turn will make our cell storing fat all the time, storing a lot of fat all the time, and it will also put our body in this storing mode. When the insulin is elevated, then this is going to cause our body consume all the sugar, all the nutrients, all the sugar, all the fat even in the circulation, and it will push it inside the cell and convert it all to fat and store it there. So unless the insulin level goes down, our body will always be in a storing mode. So the too much sugar is going to create this storing mode in our body. It will prevent our body from using whatever we have stored before, and it will also, too much sugar, it will also create the inflammation. So the inflammation is the problem. This is what destroy the blood vessels. This is what destroy the wall the walls of the blood vessels and make it vulnerable to the the destruction and create the beginning of what we call it atherosclerosis, which is like the thickening of the artery. So the cholesterol will come later in order to smooth this damage that occurred to the blood vessels because of the carbohydrates. And it comes because our cells, the wall of the cells, okay, is made mainly from fat and especially from cholesterol. So this cholesterol is going to come in order to create a a some type of band-aid on the wall of the artery because it is damaged by too much carbohydrates. And then this process continue over the years, and wall after wall after wall is repaired, and that will cause thickening of the arteries. And then when we get a heart attack, because I mean this blood vessel has been narrowed a lot, then when we look in the microscope on this atherosclerosis process, we find a lot of cholesterol. And then we try to blame it on the cholesterol, that the cholesterol, you must have been eating too much cholesterol, and that's why this has been accumulating on your arteries and causing the thickening of the artery, and caused you to die from a heart attack, for instance. In fact, the cholesterol is there in order to repair the damage that caused by the inflammation, which too much carbohydrates caused. And it's not really the responsible for it. It's if there is no inflammation, then cholesterol is not going to be harmful for your arteries, for your blood vessels. So the goal is to treat this inflammation. And the way you treat this inflammation is preventable. It's simply by preventing this enormous amount of carbs to enter your body. Whenever you do this, then the cholesterol is not going to cause any damage to the walls of the artery. Cholesterol is a band-aid, is a firefighter, is this handyman that would come and repair the damage caused by the inflammation. Let's say, for instance, you have like a abscess in your tooth, one of your tooth has an abscess, for instance. Okay, then your cholesterol level may double just because of that. Why? Because whenever there is inflammation, any type of inflammation, it will just require a lot of firemen. It will require a lot of handymen to go there and repair. And if if we die from atherosclerosis or thickening of the artery because of too much cholesterol there, it is not because of the cholesterol that went there innocently in order to repair. It is because we ate too much sugar. That's the point. So that's why fat is very essential in our food, and it contains a lot of nutrients. And in the next video, I'm going to tell you about these nutrients and the importance of this fat in our diet. Thank you very much for listening to me. I'm trying to divide the subject into small pieces and try to talk about it in order to make it accessible to everybody. And hopefully you can share with me this video and also put your comments, so or your question even, and I will try to answer all these questions in the coming videos. Thank you, and see you again.